こんばんは。私はジャポネクトの荒木彩香です。Good evening, and my name is Ayaka Araki from Japonect. 今日は日本に来たらぜひ訪れてほしい日本の面白い場所について発表します。Today I will be presenting some interesting places in Japan that you should definitely visit when you come to Japan. 紹介する場所でできることや、そこで食べられる美味しい食べ物についても紹介するので、楽しんで聞いてくださいね。I will also introduce some things you can do in the places I will introduce and some delicious food you can eat there. So please enjoy listening to it. それでは日本に旅行に行きましょう。So let's go on a trip to Japan. 日本には47の都道府県があり、ご覧のように9つのエリアに分けることができます。Japan has 47 prefectures, which, as you can see, can be divided into nine areas. それでは、まず1つ目の場所を紹介していきます。まずはこの写真を見てください。Now please look at these pictures first. これは何かわかりますか？ Do you know what these are? 実はこれはすべてお店の看板なんです。Actually, these are all store signs. これらの看板はすべて日本の大都市大阪の道頓堀という場所にあります。All of these signs are located in a place called Dotonbori in Osaka, a major city in Japan. 道頓堀にはたくさんのお店があり、食事や買い物、お土産を買うなど、さまざまなことができます。街の中はカラフルで歩いていて、とても楽しいです。道頓堀 has many stores where you can eat, shop, buy souvenirs, and much more. The town is colorful and a very fun place to walk around. 先ほど見せた看板のお店についても紹介します。グリコの看板は有名で、多くの外国人観光客がここで記念撮影をします。Let me also introduce the stores with the sign I showed you earlier. The Greco sign is famous and many foreign tourists take pictures here. 実はグリコというのは日本の食品会社で美味しいお菓子で有名な会社です。The Grico is a Japanese food company famous for its delicious sweets. また右にあるのがたこ焼きという食べ物で大阪の名物です。小麦粉の生地の中にタコが入っていて専用の鉄板で焼き上げた美味しい食べ物です。This is a food called takoyaki, a specialty of Osaka. It is a delicious food made of flour dough with octopus inside, and grilled on a special griddle. 次に紹介するのは奈良県にある奈良公園です。Next, I would like to introduce Nara Park, located in Nara Prefecture. この公園は660ヘクタールもあります。貴重な歴史的文化遺産がある春日大社、興福寺、東大寺、国立博物館、正倉院などなど、これらを取り巻く雄大で豊かな緑の自然美が調和する歴史的な公園です。This park covers 660 hectares. It is a historical park that harmonizes precious historical and cultural heritage of 春日大社 Shrine, 興福寺 Temple, 東大寺 Temple, the National Museum, 正倉院 Repository, etc., with a magnificent and lush green natural beauty surrounding them. 中でも有名なのは、公園で鹿と触れ合うことができることです。鹿せんべいというお菓子が売っているので、それを買って鹿にあげることができます。One of the most famous features of the park is the opportunity to interact with deers. You can buy a candy called 鹿せんべい and give them to the deer. 私も鹿せんべいに鹿をあげたことがありますが、せんべいを引っ張る力が強くて驚きました。I once gave a deer cracker to a deer and I was surprised at how strongly it pulled on the cracker. 最近は鹿の赤ちゃんの可愛い姿も見ることができますよ。動画をご覧ください。Recently, you can also see cute baby deer. Please watch the video.
奈良公園では毎年この時期におよそ200頭の鹿の赤ちゃんが生まれます。今年初めての赤ちゃん鹿はメスで体長61センチ。奈良の鹿愛護会の職員が興福寺の境内で母鹿と一緒に保護しました。鹿の保護施設6園でしばらく過ごし、7月下旬奈良公園デビューするということです。
How was it? Is it cute deer, right? And 次に紹介するのは岐阜県にある白川郷です。
奈良公園では
I'm sorry. 次に紹介するのは岐阜県にある白川郷です。Next, I would like to introduce 白川郷, located in Gifu Prefecture. 美しい景観をなす合掌造りという建物が並ぶ集落で世界遺産にも登録されています。Shirakawa-go is a beautiful landscaped village of 合掌造り buildings, and it is registered as a World Heritage Site. 日本の原風景である農村文化、生活、暮らしを深く感じることができる日本の故郷のような場所です。It is a place like Japan's hometown, where you can deeply feel the rural culture, life, and lifestyle of the original Japanese landscape. また、合掌造りの民宿に、白川村は山々に囲まれた農村で、夏は涼しく過ごしやすい反面、冬は一面の雪に覆われます。Shirakawa village is a farming village surrounded by mountains, and while summers are cool and comfortable, but winters are covered with snow. また、合掌造りの民宿に泊まることもできるので、日本の生活を体験することができます。Visitors can also stay in the 合掌造り and experience the Japanese way of style. 次に紹介するのは沖縄県にある美ら海水族館です。Next, I would like to introduce 美ら海 Aquarium in Okinawa Prefecture. 自然豊かな沖縄の海をそのまま展示するコンセプトのもと、沖縄の海との出会いをテーマに南西諸島の黒潮の海に生きる多種多様な水圏の生き物たちを見ることができます。Based on the concept of exhibiting the rich nature of the Okinawan Sea as it is, the aquarium offers visitors a chance to see a wide variety of aquatic creatures living in the seas of the Nansei Islands and the Kurosho Current under the theme of Encounter with the Okinawan Sea. 中でも有名なのが、写真の中にある世界最大の魚類であるジンベエザメの展示です。One of the most famous exhibits is that of whale sharks, the world's largest fish species. 容量7500平方メートルのもある黒海の海という大きな水槽で飼育されています。And it is kept in a large tank called Black Sea, which has a capacity of 7,500 cubic meters. 次に紹介するのは、広島にある厳島神社です。Next, I would like to introduce 厳島 Shrine, located in Hiroshima. こちらは失礼いたしました。593年に建てられた神社で、赤くて大きな大鳥居が海につながる砂地にあることで有名です。This shrine was built in 593. It is famous for its large red watery gateway set in the sand leading to the sea. 原始宗教の名残で島全体が神の島として崇められていたので、陸地では恐れ多いと潮の満ち引きをするところに建てられました。As a remnant of primitive religion, the entire island was worshipped as an island of God. So the shrine was built where the tide rises and falls, as it was considered to awe-inspiring on land. しかし現在は干潮の時に大鳥居のもとへ行くことができます。Today, however, the Otori can be reached at the low tide. また実はここにも鹿がいます。Actually, there are many out of deers here. 次に紹介するのは北海道にある白金青い池です。Next, I would like to introduce you to the Shirogane Blue Pond in Hokkaido Prefecture. 北海道。水面が青く見える不思議な池です。It is mysterious pond where the surface of the water appears blue. 実は2012年に青い池はアップル社の壁紙として採用され、世界的に有名となりました。In fact, the blue pond became world famous in 2012 when it was adopted as Apple's wallpaper. 季節によってさまざまな美しい池を楽しむことができます。Visitors can enjoy a variety of beautiful ponds depending on the season. 最後に紹介するのはナルト海峡です。Lastly, I would like to introduce the Naruto Straits. 徳島と淡路島を結ぶ大ナルト橋の下に世界三大潮流の一つであるナルト海峡があります。The Naruto Stairs, one of the world's three major tidal currents, is located under the Naruto Bridge connecting Tokushima and Awaji Island. I'm so sorry. ここでは最大時の直径が約30メートルとも言われる渦潮を見ることができます。Here you can see the whirlpools, which are said to be approximately 30 meters in diameter at their largest. また、環状線に乗って近くまで渦潮を見に行くことができるツアーもあります。There are also tours that take visitors on tidal boats to see the whirlpools up close. これで日本旅行を終わります。旅行楽しめましたか？また次のご利用もお待ちしております。This is the end of Japan trip to Japan. Did you enjoy the trip? I hope to see you next time. 質問があれば気軽にお尋ねください。If you have any question, please ask me. ありがとうございました。Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. I think that was a nice presentation. I think, of course, everybody would like to go visit Japan, especially the places. Any our participants, if they have any questions, you can actually either unmute your mic and ask, or else you can send a message to the chat as well. So until such time, could anybody who please raise your hands who have actually visited Japan? Anybody who has already visited Japan, you can raise your hand. So nobody has still visited Japan. Okay, that's great. Anybody who wants to visit Japan? Just raise your hands that's right. So everybody wants to visit Japan. Okay, so you can actually put in the chat box which area do you want to visit in Japan. What is the area? Is it Tokyo? Is it what is the area? You can actually put it in chat. What area do you want to visit?
Please tell me where and the place where you want to go in Japan.
Put it in chat. So Japan has so many nice places to be. And now if the Araki-san actually showed, there you go, Tokyo. Any other person who wants to what is Tokyo City? Yeah, Tokyo and Hokkaido.
Hokkaido.
Everywhere in Japan.
Thank you.
Okay.
And
Okay.
actually, I live in Aichi now, but today I went to Osaka to get visa.
Okay.
To get the visa for going abroad.
Right. Aichi, is it? You stay in Aichi?
Yeah, I stay in Aichi.
Okay. So any nice place to visit in Aichi? Any nice places?
And in Aichi, there is a famous castle, Nagoya Castle.
Nagoya Castle. Okay.
Yes, and there are many restaurants or shops and around the castle, so you can enjoy the Japanese culture at there.
Okay, that's great. So anybody who actually would like to comment about the places in Sri Lanka where now if Araki-san comes to Sri Lanka, where would you recommend her to visit? Put in the chat to tell Araki-san, okay, this is the place that you should visit in Sri Lanka. What are the places? Please share your thoughts with, in the chat. I would say Sigiriya. That's a very World Heritage site. I will put it in chat so that you can actually search for it.
Okay.
So this is Sigiriya. So you can actually Google and find out Sigiriya in Sri Lanka. So there is Ratnapura, that is where the gems are. That's known for place gems. Then Kandy City, Kandy, that's where the tooth relic is. And then the most sacred place for Buddhists.
I see.
Okay.
And Candy. Oh no, Rasna.
Galle, G-A-L-L-E, Galle. That's a nice place. A lot of beaches.
Gay.
There you go. So you're getting a plenty of places to visit. Sri Lanka has a lot of places. Hikkaduwa, that is also a lot of beaches, all in the south of Sri Lanka.
Wow, thank you for sharing. I want to go to Sri Lanka.
Yeah. So then there is another place called Nuwara, that is Nuwara Eliya. That is actually what we call the Little England. It's a nice chilly area. It's not as cold as winter, but actually it's a nice, very nice weather. Then there is Sri Pada, which is actually a sacred place for Buddhists. And it's actually a nice kind of a peak. So all these places, if you Google and find out, you will find very interesting details about these places. Ambalangoda is the last one. What is Ambalangoda is known for what we call uh, cultural faces. So that is really nice. These are all sculptures. So where you make from wood, the faces you make from wood, different faces you make out of wood, like masks. Yeah. So all these places are very significant places for different reasons.
And thank you for sharing.
Yes.
And
Nice,
now
very nice.
I took a photo of chat, so I'll search them later. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, the participants, actually, for sharing all these very interesting. Because Sri Lanka has a whole lot of areas to visit, and the tiny island has so many places with varying atmospheres and environments. It's cold, chilly, hot, all that. So thank you. So other than that, do you have any other questions that you need to ask from Araki-san regarding the places in Japan?
And excuse me.
Yes.
I have a question for people in Sri Lanka, and I love eating. So, and is the best food in Sri Lanka to recommend Japanese people?
Okay, so Sri Lankan food is very spicy. So they use a lot of spices. I know Japanese food, they don't use spices. They use a lot of soy sauce. But Sri Lankan food is very spicy. Do you like spicy food?
I like spicy food. Yeah.
Okay. So I will leave it to the audience to just comment. Araki-san wants to know about some spicy food that she would like to eat. So what are the spicy food that you can recommend her? You can put it on chat like the previous. We'll give a few seconds and see spicy food. Anything that you can recommend, Araki-san? Of course, Sri Lankan rice and curry is also good. I will put rice and curry. There is another. This is what we call polos curry. That's very spicy. Yes, that's a curry. Yes,
curry. Yeah, and in Japan there is also curry and rice, but they are not spicy, so I want to try it.
Okay, so all our curries are spicy. This fish curry is spicy. Then milk rice is not spicy. That's made out of rice, milk and rice, and that's actually usually eaten most of the time for a celebration time or something like that, or auspicious or important days. Then there is jackfruit, is very nice. Actually, that's one of the staple food items in Sri Lanka. Do you know jackfruit?
Jackfruit? No, I don't know
Okay.
jackfruit.
So we make jackfruit curries, or we make different preparations from. It's a fruit actually. It's but you take that and you make different curries or different preparations from it. It's like you can substitute it to rice, and a lot of people eat jackfruit.
I see. And in Japan, and curry and rice is often made by many people. Like maybe everyone can make curry and rice. And how about in Sri Lanka? Sri
Yeah,
Lanka
so Sri
people.
Lankan staple food is rice and curry, but the curries will change depending on the area, depending on people's preferences. There's a whole heap of curries. So depending on the preference, the curries will change, and all these curries, most of the curries will be spicy, and they use different spices. In different tastes actually. So if you go through Sri Lankan spicy food, if you just Google, you can find out a lot of details.
I thank you.
Okay, that's great. Anything else do you have to ask? You should try kuttu. That's also nice.
Kutu. What is kutu? Is it?
That's it's like it's like roti. It's like it's made out of flour. You cut it into small strips of pieces, and then you make it. You use a different type of curry and mix it and have a. It's a mixture of nice food actually. It's nice, very nice. It's but very spicy.
So there are many spicy foods in Sri Lanka, right?
Yeah, of course, Sri Lankans don't. Or every meal Sri Lankans eat is actually spicy.
Thank you for sharing me.
Okay. So anything else that you need to verify, ask, or get to know from Araki-san? You can unmute the mic and talk, or you can, you have about a couple of minutes, 1 or 2 minutes. If you can ask anything, that's fine. Any questions? Anyhow, we had actually a very good session. Of course, started with nice, very interesting places in Japan. I think Japan also has a lot of UNESCO heritage sites.
Yeah.
So Sri Lanka also has a lot of UNESCO heritage sites. So our certain places create very much valuable because of the history that it has. So it's like it runs into 2,500 years. So there are historic places. So it was a very nice actually discussion to get to know about Japan, and you getting to know about Sri Lanka. So that was quite good, and it's a very interactive session, I would say. So thank you very much, and I think we will we have come to the end of the session, and tomorrow also we will have another session discussing about another important area. Araki-san, you like to comment on tomorrow's session?
Yeah, and tomorrow's session will be the last session. So I want to come to the session, and I hope you enjoy the last session.
Okay, so tomorrow's session is the last session. I think everybody should come, and because these are very unique opportunities that I think our students and our participants get to interact with Japanese students. So that was it was very nice actually to have so many interesting sessions in the previous weeks. And so saying so we will hope to see you tomorrow as well at 5:30 p.m. On the links that we will actually share. So thank you very much, and have a good evening.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much.
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。 Okay, thank you very much, and hope to see you all tomorrow.